What's up, you guys? 2K Bebop updates back. If you guys are new, make sure to like, share, subscribe on the road to monetization. In this video, me going over the Israel-Palestine conflict and, no, not the conflict, the Israel-Palestine ceasefire and how we got to the ceasefire, and I'm going to be explaining more about it. And yeah, I'm not going to be going over the conflict due to, I can't find any articles that are middle ground. It's either one side or the other, so I'm going to go straight into the ceasefire, which has happened 30 minutes ago, so this is breaking news. And yeah, let's search this up. So, Israel-Palestine ceasefire. So technically speaking, no, not President, Prime Minister Netanyahu of Israel has agreed to a mutual ceasefire. So, like this ceasefire is like temporary. I'm just pulling it up and okay, but anyways, so the ceasefire is technically like very unconditional. It just happened immediately. And the Egyptians, who I believe are working with the Hamas and group and the leaders in Gaza, they've also agreed. So there is a mutual understanding that a truce is happening. So that's one start to the end of the conflict. The conflict is I'm not gonna go too in deep into it, but basically speaking, one side's fighting, the other side's fighting, and now that we have a ceasefire. And this was agreed by to President Netanyahu. I'm probably saying that name wrong, so I apologize. I'm gonna search it up. So technically speaking, there's a lot of conditions that really came to the ceasefire. So first of all, there was a lot of blowback from Israel. There's a lot of blowback from all sides. But at the end of the day, Israel, they agreed that something needed to happen and there needed to be some type of a peace. I'm gonna pull up a CNN article and I'm gonna read it. So basically speaking, the Israel Defense Force, which is their defense, has been bombarding Gaza, and then Hamas has also been launching counterattacks. But the sad thing is a lot of people have killed 232 Palestinians, 65 children, and 12 people in Israel, and 2 children as well. So I'm glad that they came to an agreement. Tel Aviv, 11 days. So yeah, it's like it was a lot of violence. But I'm glad that so basically speaking, for this ceasefire to come, the UN had some pressure. You had Egypt, the Palestinian Authority, which we'll get later into this video, and other Middle Eastern countries. They didn't want a conflict, right? They wanted some type of a peace because, technically speaking, if one country, keep on getting attacked, then it wouldn't make any sense. And they wanted the leaders to start, restoring some type of dialogue. I'm gonna pull up something, and I'm pretty sure. So many people don't know this, but I'm gonna search up Israel map. So people are a little bit confused, and I understand this. So I'm pulling it up. So technically speaking, so people, okay, I'm gonna, I don't think I'm allowed to show that. So people think that Israel is fighting with Palestine. This is a 1-1 war. Now there is some fighting in Jerusalem, but that's completely different than what's happening in Gaza. In Gaza is technically separated from Palestine. The people in Gaza, the leaders of Gaza, the Gaza leaders, I think Hamas is controlling Gaza. They don't want to be part of the Palestinian Authority, but they want Palestine to reunite, right? So like the fighting is happening between Israel and Gaza, not really Israel and the Palestinian Authority. So and people are really confused about this. I've seen a lot of comments on multiple videos saying that Israel Palestine, one side wants to win, other side's violating the space. But I think people are a little bit confused. This is between Gaza and Israel. The Israel Palestine Authority conflict in Jerusalem, that's completely different. That's not the main problem right here. The the fighting is mostly from Gaza to Israel, and I think that's what many people are missing. And for this ceasefire to okay, I'm gonna delete this because that's gonna irritate me. So technically speaking, there was a lot of blowback, but I think the biggest person to initiate some type of a ceasefire was Russia. Russia, Putin. Why is it assuming that I want to search it up when I didn't know? That's weird. So Russia, Putin, and Palestine. So technically speaking, Russia is allies with both Gaza, Palestine, and Israel. And Russia was not happy with the fighting. And Putin actually himself, he called Netanyahu and he said that there could be some military issues between both of them if they didn't let Palestine be, or not Palestine. I'm even confusing it. Putin wasn't happy with Israel attacking Gaza, and Putin, like, he was one of the main people in the ceasefire, called for an end. And I think I read an article. Putin said that if an end wouldn't come, he would declare war on Israel. So, and yeah, so and here's some articles: Express UK, Y on News. So Putin, like, again, Putin is an ally of both Israel, Palestine, and Putin does have allies in the Middle East. So it was in his interest, in Russia's interest, and also in the Palestine, the Gaza's people's interest to the violence to stop. And the United States, they played a little bit less of a role, but Biden still played an influential role because he called Netanyahu and he said that this has to end. And multiple senators from both sides, they said that some type of violence has to end. I'm not going to go more into depth into this issue because, like, again, this is out of my comfort zone to cover. But yes, there is a conflict and there is a ceasefire on Saturday. That's gonna do it. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, share, subscribe. And a recap: Israel, Hamas. Yeah, see. I want to show you guys something. Like, you're gonna have articles that are like just like I can't cover this conflict because these articles aren't helpful. Um, and yeah, so that's why I'm not covering this conflict. But that's gonna do it. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, share, subscribe. And I'm glad that some type of an agreement came between those two. And I hope that more diplomatic talks come in the future. Have a good day, you guys. Bye.